Coming up on today's video, we're going to react to what Bleacher Report recently put out. They power ranked every single player on the Knicks roster from 1 to number 14. And for the most part, I agreed with the order of the players that they put out. But a couple of people I thought could have swapped positions. I'm going to give you my take. And I just wanted to know what all the real ones out there thought of this list. Number 1, Jalen Brunson, right? I mean, at the end of the day, can anyone complain that anybody would rank Jalen Brunson as the best player on the New York Knicks? No complaints here for me, and I think Jalen Brunson in his second season with the Knicks is only going to become a better basketball player, but more comfortable and more established in his role. And what's crazy to me is he is still somehow underrated across the NBA. We did a video a couple of days ago actually about a Bleacher Report ranking where I think they had him ranked as the 17th or 16th best guard in the NBA. Yeah, we broke that down. You can check that out. I went on a little marshy rant, but no complaints here from Bleacher Report. I agree. Jalen Brunson's still number 1 on this team, will be number 1, and is only going to get better. Followed by Julius Randle. Once again, no complaints for me. 2-time All-NBA player, 2 times in the last 3 years. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you want to say about Randle, however I feel about Julius Randle, the facts are the facts. And it's getting to a point where Julius Randle is now underrated. And I never thought I would get to that point I've said some critical things of Randle. I've been hard on him. I've been critical of him. How can you not after the disastrous playoff performance he's put together? But he's still, in my opinion, one of the best regular season players in this league. And I have to believe one day he's going to be able to figure it out in the playoffs. Randle, number 2 on this list. This is where it gets a little bit dicey for me. I agree with a lot of things that they said why Bleacher Report put him at number 3, that being RJ Barrett. But for me specifically, I just can't put RJ there right now. He doesn't have a well-rounded enough game for him to be there for me. Inconsistent at the rim. Got better, and I like that he took those steps, but he's still average in that department. He's great at getting to the cup, one of the best in the league at that. Not an elite playmaker, not an elite defender, and somehow the three-point shot has gone down the last 2 seasons. For me, I just can't put RJ Barrett right now over Immanuel Quickley. I can understand why some would. They'll cite that RJ played good in the playoffs. Immanuel Quickley did not. But Immanuel Quickley had the best plus-minus of any New York Knick this season, and he set a record for someone in that department. Josh Hart, he's just a winner, and we saw the impact he immediately had when he became a member of this team. And also, Mitchell Robinson. You know, I can go back and forth on who's the better player, RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitch does his role better than what RJ does his, but one averages 20 and one doesn't. So I'll leave it up to you. Who is the better player? Is it IQ? Is it Mitchell Robinson? Is it RJ Barrett? Or is it Josh Hart? Type the initial of the guy you think should be number 3 on this list. Bleacher Report had Mitchell Robinson, the big fella, coming in at number 4. At the end of the day, he's one of the best rim protectors in this league, and he's the best, legit, the best offensive rebounder this league has. His impact is underrated because the way the Knicks like to play is they like to attack, they like to get shots on the rim, and they like to shoot a lot of threes. A lot of threes equals a lot of misses. It's just the facts, and it's going to be long rebounds, and it's going to give an opportunity for him. For the DNA and the way the Knicks want to play, Mitchell Robinson is a perfect fit at that center spot. I just wish you would expand his range a little bit from the dunker spot to maybe the dotted line inside the paint. I think that would help him out a lot. At number 5, they did have my guy, Immanuel Quickley. Look, if Immanuel Quickley didn't play, I would say poorly. I think that's fair to say. In the playoffs, I think he could be as high as number 3 on this list. And I would still put him there. I'm not overreacting to the lack of success he had. At the end of the day, he was phenomenal in year 3 for the New York Knicks, averaging 15 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 44.8% from the deck, 37% from downtown. And he's going to take another step this year. I kind of feel like Quickley is like what Brunson was with the Mavs, that star ready to bud, and then just once he gets that real role, he can do that. But I don't want to see that as anywhere else. I want to see that with the Knicks, and it's going to be a sad day if he ever does get traded, which I think he might at one point. I do want to say this, though. Producer Roby, a lot of you guys know who he was if you were watching the watch parties this year. He thinks Tyler Hero is better. And he went today in his Miami Heat video. He was being disrespectful to Immanuel Quickley. And it pissed me off. Let's let Roby hear it. Type F Roby down in the comment section right now because let's be honest with ourselves. Tyler Hero is not better than Immanuel Quickley. Number 6 coming in on this list, Mr. Do-It-All. He's like the modern-day Mr. Fundamental, Josh Hart. He just does everything right on the basketball court. And I could make the argument he could be number 3 on this team, but I'm okay with him being number 6. Look, he's a special, special player, man. He just plays winning basketball. You see the impact he's having on Team USA, doing all the dirty work, the junkyard dog, diving for loose balls, pushing the ball on the fast break, coming up with those, those 50-50 rebounds, but then there's like the 70-30 rebounds. Josh Hart, he gets those. An absolute dog. I'm so happy he's a part of this team. He really is he embodies what it means to be a New York Knick. At number 7, the Quentin Grimes comes in here, and I think this is a fair spot for him, but I'm not going to be surprised one day if Grimes ends up being one of the more polished and better and impactful players on this team. Year 3, Quentin Grimes is going to be a movie. He's going to become more of a knockdown shooter. He's going to add a little bit of off the bounce and dribble game to his bag. He can already push the ball from coast to coast. I want to see him improve on being a playmaker, no doubt, but he plays the game the right way. He does all the little things. Great defender on the perimeter, and I want him to build off of what he did last year and understand that he wasn't all that impactful in the playoffs. Take that, work on it, and build on it. That's my message right there for Quentin Grimes. At number 8, Donte Divincenzo, the big ragu. The big ragu is going to be cooking up in Madison Square Garden. He may already be the best shooter, strictly three-point shooter on this team. He will have to, adjust his bag a little bit because he's not going to get those open looks or wide open looks like he did get with the Golden State Warriors, but he has shown time and time again that if you leave him open, it's hand down, man down, and Donte Divincenzo can knock it down. And he also has the Villanova winning DNA in his game. Excited to see what he's going to do this year for the Knicks. At number 9, the big fella, number 55, Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm fine with this. No disagreement here for Marshall. Isaiah Hartenstein, look, at the beginning of the year, I was like, why did the Knicks sign this guy? Was not impressed by his game whatsoever, but as the season went on, his impact became more noticeable, and he really gained my respect, especially in the last 20 games into the playoffs. He was phenomenal. The energy, the effort, the rebounding, the rim protection, the ball handling, the passing, gave you a different look than Mitchell Robinson. And I think this year, he's going to try to add a little bit more to his offensive bag, and I already believe he's a fan favorite for the Knicks, and it's all because of the grit and grind nature that he has. We'll finish up the rest of the players on today's video, but make sure you are hooked up with our awesome Knicks Now Real One shirts. Go to chatsports.com/Real Knicks. That's chatsports.com/Real Knicks. We've got the blue one. We've got the black one. We've got them. You better get them right now. At number 10, Jericho Sims coming in right here. And just the idea of Jericho Sims is awesome on this team because you have so much depth at that big man spot. Remember, he was playing power forward a little bit for the Knicks last year when Obi Toppin went down. He might be the best third-string center in the NBA, and that's nothing to ride home about. It's nothing to, brag about. But at the end of the day, I love the depth, and I love the project that he is. I feel like Tibbs is taking him under his wing, and he's like, I'm going to make you a serviceable player and a winning player in this league. The athleticism, the speed, the hops. He's got a little soft touch around the rim, and I'm excited to see what he can do. This will be year 3 for Jericho. Excited he's a Knick. We'll close out this list going 4 at a time here. Evan Fournier. Look, Fournier is absolutely is the best player on this list, but he's probably going to have the least impact amongst all of these players listed. You got Deuce McBride coming in at 12. Isaiah Roby. Very interested to see how he's going to slot in with this team. And then Daquan Jeffries closing out the top 14 on this roster. I agree with most of the list. I'd probably move IQ up a little bit. Probably move RJ down a little bit. Probably move Josh Hart up a little bit. But I want to hear from you. Give me your power rankings from 1 to 14 of the Knicks players down in the comments section right now. And remember, you can give me a follow over on Twitter at MarshallGreen_. Trying to up my Twitter game. Trying to follow some of you guys back. So give me a follow at MarshallGreen_.